Dating somebody who enjoys your company, enjoys their emotional experience, but they don't see a future with you, right? And that comes in a lot of different forms, because she's getting as close to you as she wants, but you can only get so close to her. And sometimes people get to a point of a relationship and they still a placeholder. A girl might date a guy that she's not attracted to. Right? And it might be because she's lonely right now. She wants somebody right now. So it's like, let me get this nigga a chance. Even coming into a situation like that, it's like, what you mean that you get this nigga a chance? So as soon as he on thin ice through the door, right? He has no room to fuck up. Like as soon as he do something you don't like, you're not fucking with him. That's an example of a placeholder. When somebody is trying to, they want all of these things and they want how it feels and the intimacy, the closeness, but they don't want the commitment, is because they still trying to keep their options open for the person that they know they really gonna want to be with, because they might not feel like you're that person, even though they want to have that experience with you. Another example of that could be with a placeholder could be, let's say a chick was with Crash Out Terry, the most toxic nigga in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always fucking with another girl. It's always other girls around. I always got some shit right here for you to be jealous of. It's always in your face. And we break up and you go fuck with the opposite of me, like a super safe nigga, but you only fucking with him into reaction to what we just had. That could be like, you're not even really interested in him. You just like the safeness of this situation. You don't really even see a future with this nigga, but it's just like, you just need this right now. You need this feeling right now in this moment. So you fucking with this nigga heavy. Yeah. So placeholders is like, that's some dangerous shit, because I think I've been one. I've put other women in that situation, and I think that's literally a form of manipulation that someone typically doesn't know that they're doing. Like, it's not intentional. Yeah. Like that, I'll get this nigga a chance shit. Like, you really feel like you giving this nigga a chance, but that's literally toxic as fuck.
You've been with this man for X amount of years, no ring, no opportunity of success together, placeholder. Still cheating. Whenever he get good and ready, you take him back, placeholder. Still looking out for this man anytime he needed, placeholder. He's not giving you a reason to give that level of support. So why are you offering that? Why are you being this man's crutch? You're enabling his behavior. You're wondering why he keep cheating on you, why he keep lying to you, why he keep doing this, that, and the third. Placeholder, baby. It got to register at some point. We're too old to be holding the spot down for somebody else. Let that man go find his equal, and you need to find yours. Do not allow a person to keep you in a position in life when you can be elevating because you in love, because the dick good. That's not valid reasons. It's plenty good things out here.
Because he knows what she brings to the table. It's a lot of men out here that don't even want to be with the woman. They just don't want nobody else to have her because they haven't found no one else to replace her yet. Most men don't want to be with her. They just in survival mode. They need somewhere to stay. They're using her for something, whether it's physically, emotionally, whatever it is, he's using her. A lot of loyal, good women lose themselves because they emotionally invested into this one man, and they're not one of those girls to just hop on this person, hop on this person, hop on to this person. So, and he knows that, and he used that as his advantage to manipulate her, to make her feel small, maybe make her feel ugly, make her feel like she's not worthy enough for another man to come in and take your spot. And he's gonna keep on draining her until someone else come along that he really likes, or he really want to invest his time into, and then leave her out to dry and be by herself. And that is a selfish man. Meet me at the top.
Yep. He said it so well. Watch the incoming stitch. A lot of men are selfish. A lot of men. I didn't say all men. A lot of men are selfish. They only focus on themselves. They'll use you as placeholder until they get to the next shiny thing, until they get their power, their money. Most men are like that. They will betray you. They will discard you like you're a piece of gum. But it's up to you to know your worth.
Ladies, do not allow yourself to be a placeholder, okay? I promise you, when men want you, they make it plain and clear. There's no confusion. There's none of that. If you are talking to a man, dating a man, and he telling you, oh, I'm not ready to commit, blah, 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 y'all, it's been enough time in your mind that you feel like it's enough time,
go on about your business. That man does not want you. I know it's hard to hear. It might be a tough pill to swallow, but it's going to really be a tough pill to swallow when you look up and he done found a woman that he actually want to be with, and he gone in the wind with her because you was just a placeholder. Go find you somebody that wants the same thing as you. I see it happen all the time. I've even dated men that have told me, like, yeah, I was talking to this girl for X amount of years, and they knew they were never going to commit to that woman. They knew they was never going to marry her, let alone actually date her. Men, when they want something and they don't want nobody else to have it, baby, they gonna commit to it. They gonna show you. I promise you. Don't allow yourself to be a placeholder. You're setting yourself up for heartbreak. And I see it happen all the time. There's no such thing as situationships for years and all of this. What is that? What is a situationship? Either it is or it's not. Don't let nobody play with you like that.
Right now, bro, but your old fling is entering your eye.
Yeah, I've got a girl right now, but it's not that's my girl in it, but that's not the love of my life. You get?
Oh. You know what? I hear it. Don't let your girlfriend stop you from finding your wife.
There are a lot of men that have no problem using you as a placeholder, using up your good childbearing years, using up your 20s, all while knowing the entire time that you are not the love of their life. I think it's especially evident in those long-term relationships that don't seem to be progressing. They've been together for 5, 10, 15 years, and that man looks like he has no intentions on ever marrying that woman. Sometimes they'll have a child with you and even marry you and still be looking for the love of their life. Some of them hate their own company, and they're only with a woman because they don't want to be alone. That's why they don't believe single women when they say that they're happily single, because they're not. I posted a video a few months ago about this man who said that he was entertaining all these women while he was waiting for the love of his life to become available. They are well aware they are wasting your time. This is selfish behavior. You don't want her, but you don't want anybody else to have her either. If you cared about her even a little, you would set her free so you can find somebody who actually does consider her to be the love of their life. Men will always put themselves first. I don't care if you just had his baby, you just got married, you guys have been together for 30 years. If he found somebody else, that's exactly where he's going to go. He goes on to say he just came back from a romantic Valentine's Day vacation with his girlfriend, and that night he had a romantic date planned for his new girl. I saw a video where a person said, "Why would I cheat on you? I don't even have the time." Honey, they make the time.
You're not the one, but as long as they keep you around until they find the one. That's why I thought everything was going great, and then you got ghosted. Oh, I thought everything was going, like I thought we were building something, and then they leave. Why? Because you were a placeholder until the right person they wanted came around.
Last time I checked, this man is not Jaheim, and I am not a just-in-case type bitch. Just in case what? It don't work out with them? Boy, stop fucking playing with me. I'm more of a put that woman first type bitch. Stop playing with me. Y'all love to have backup plans or backup women, but y'all never want to have a backup doctor. Barely got a primary care doctor. You nasty bitch. Stop trying to rack up on women. Having a full list of women. Have a full list of clinics. When was the last time you got a checkup? You need to put a just-in-case doctor. Okay? Just-in-case clinic. Look that shit up. Stop playing with me.
How to tell if you are the placeholder girl and not the dream girl. Disclaimer here, this is not to say that you are not amazing, you are not a queen in your own way. It is just to say that men have a very specific type. Just think of it like a puzzle piece. There's one specific puzzle piece that is going to fit into this puzzle, and it's not about how amazing you are, it's just about if you fit. And men know, and they will literally tell you. It is not that hard to interpret. Number one, is he bad at communication? Is he bad at making plans? Is he bad at texting you back? Is he vague with his communication on, where this relationship is? Is he vague about how he feels about you? Because men are simple creatures and they mean exactly as they say. If they want to see you, they are going to text you back and they are going to make plans with you. They are going to make sure that they see you and that they can lock you down. Which brings me to point number two, are they not locking you down? Because if you are his dream girl, he is going to lock that shit down as quickly as possible. Inserting a little personal anecdote here. With my ex, it was very, very vague commitment. He didn't really know what he wanted. He didn't really know where he saw me in his future. And me being me and being young and crazy, really wanted to know where I stood. And I pushed us into an engagement and marriage, and we got divorced. And then my husband literally locked me down as quickly as possible. The second we were in person together, will you be my girlfriend? A few weeks later, will you marry me? A few months later, we were married. If he wanted to, he would. Number 3, wandering eyes. If a man wants to be with you, you are the only person that he can see. He literally, Emily Ratajkowski could be walking next to him. He's not even going to notice her. He's not going to see her because all he cares about is you. All he sees is you. Men have literal tunnel vision for their dream girls. If he is still looking around, if he notices other people, if he likes other girls' Instagram pictures, you are a placeholder. My husband will literally mute some of my friends on Instagram because they're very beautiful models and they'll post like a bikini picture. He will mute them so that that doesn't show up on his feed, so that no one even sees him scrolling and looking at anything that could potentially be not me. Last and most importantly is the effort that they will put in. If you are the dream girl, they will move literal mountains to make sure that you are happy and you are fulfilled in your relationship. If you're the placeholder girl, that's when it starts getting into that nagging dynamic when you're like, why don't you take me on date night? Why don't you buy me flowers? Why don't you hold my hand? Why don't you tell me I'm pretty? It's because his brain literally doesn't think to do those things, so he's not going to do them. When you are the dream girl, he's constantly thinking, how can I keep her? I don't want to lose her. And I say this with so much love because it is not saying you're not good enough, he doesn't love you, blah, 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 blah. It is just saying men are simple creatures. They're looking for this puzzle piece of a dream girl. And if you are not it, do not waste your time because you are someone else's dream girl. You deserve the person that is moving mountains for you, over communicating, who's making plans with you, who's locking you down, who thinks you are literally the be all end all in their life.
Okay, so you want to know if you're that guy's dream girl or if you're just a placeholder being in the good enough category. And this is part of a 3-part series. This is part 2 to know whether you are just the good enough girl, the one that he's just dating until he finds the girl he really wants. Well, there's a couple ways to know this. Characteristics of this girl. She really is a good woman. She's attractive. She can cook. She's loving, she's empathetic, she's a rider, she's down for him, she shows him genuine love. But the biggest difference between the good enough girl and the dream girl is the good enough girl, she doesn't leave. She has no walk away ability in her. Even if it's the most deplorable, disgusting conditions, the highest form of disrespect, she'll tolerate it. And every time you tolerate a man's disrespect and he knows that was slimy behavior, he kind of loves you a little less. But he loves the fact that you love him more. And that's a dangerous place to be because at this point, now you're dating someone who's with you out of convenience. Also, if he had left you at any point during the relationship, messed with a couple girls, and he was able to spin back on you and just come straight in without barely any effort, barely any therapy, barely any change, yeah, you're 100% the placeholder. And he's not coming back because the others weren't better than you. He's not coming back because he thinks you're the ultimate woman. You were not a plan A, you were plan B. Because he went out trying to find better. He went out trying to talk to someone, but you just happened to be better than the quick rebound options he found. But promise you, as soon as he bumps into a girl that is more his type, more his mode, more his speed, he's either gonna cheat or he's gonna be like, yeah, I can upgrade now because I got more money now, I'm looking better now. You're not really placeholding like you used to. I'm ready to go. And the treatment's gonna get grimy until you finally break up with him or he breaks up with you. You never want to be the good enough woman. And if you find that you're in that category, you're gonna have to get comfortable with walking away calmly. No disrespect, no hostile words, but really being able to say, I deserve better, and going out and getting it. Dream girls are not afraid to leave. Dream girls do not put up with nonsense.
Ladies, I think y'all fail to realize that it is not a flex being someone that a guy comes back to every single time. Because I'm going to tell you 110%, you are the placeholder, okay? The only reason why he came back is because that other relationship didn't work out. So he decided to double back around because he knew that you would leave that door open and you wouldn't stand on business. Now, he is going to continue to play in your face because he knows that he has a home to come back to, even if all those other girls do not work out. Now, not only does he think you're stupid, other people think you're stupid too. You see, when he was gone, he wasn't thinking about you or the potential relationship y'all could have. He was up there entertaining all of those other girls, planning link ups up there in everybody's DMs. But, you know, he was like, oh, well, if they don't work out, how about I just go back to the girl that I was with? Because at least I will have someone to fall back on and not be alone. He doesn't care about the relationship. He's not even that attracted to you. Because if he was, he would have never left in the first place, and you wouldn't even have that problem. But y'all stay safe.
How to know if you're a placeholder? If a man, number one, if a man lacks excitement about you,
If he kind of nonchalant about you, it's just kind of so-so. It's just give or take. You kind of, you come with it. It's just whatever. Okay, sure, yeah. It is what it is. If he doesn't take interest in the things that you like, you're a placeholder. If he isn't interested in you, and it's not a surface level interest where he's attracted to you and there's a connection potentially, but no, is he trying to figure out what your favorite things are? Is he really showing up for you in that way? Or is it just simply surface level attraction and he could deal with you or he could not? It really don't matter to him. Is he treating you like you just, okay? Or is he actually supporting you and what you have going on? That matters. Does this man feature you in his future plans? Or does he not talk about the future with you in it? Does he talk about marriage with you? Is it something he's trying to do with you? Think about it. Take a second. Okay? And not when you bring it up. It don't count when you bring it up. Does he initiate conversation about the future with you in it? If he does not, you probably are a placeholder. Really think about these things. If your man is nonchalant towards you, you're probably a placeholder. If he does not initiate conversations about the future with you, you're probably a placeholder. If he is not supportive of you, your visions, your goals, your dreams, if he's not intrigued by you, if he's not interested in you, and you are not his favorite subject to study, you are probably a placeholder. If he does not show up for you, and it's a pleasure for him to show up for you, if the things that you're asking for him are burdensome on him, you're a placeholder. He's looking for something better, and you're just okay for now because you will do.
That man that took a year to never acknowledge how he felt about you and that he wanted a relationship with you, guess what the most likely reason is? You're not the one for him. It may not be something sinister. It may not be malicious. He a fuckboy, he this, he that. He just trying to lead you on. Maybe, just maybe, he was trying to give himself more time to grow into liking you enough. But I guarantee you that same man that spent 2 years leading your ass on, when he find the right woman, will identify her right away. Will set boundaries and define the relationship right away. You all have to understand something. Some people will use you as a space filler. You are the relationship before the relationship. You know, you to keep me busy until I find what I'm actually looking for. Or maybe I know I can't commit to a relationship now because I'm following my dreams, but I still want to enjoy the fruits of it. I still want to enjoy the benefits of it. So I'm going to play house with you. But I know for a fact if I tell you the truth, you won't play house back with me.
Let's talk about placeholders. Placeholders are men that will rent you a spot until the owner comes back. You want to know what I think is so fucked up about men who do this? Is because a man will lay with you every day, become one of your best friends, and will put up this act until the person that he really wants or is in love with comes along, and then he tosses you aside like everything that y'all had meant nothing. And the crazy part about men who do this is some of them will manipulate you into thinking that they single when really him and whoever he was dating is on a break, or he just haven't ran into the right girl yet. But he know deep down in his heart that he really do not want to be with you. But he uses you as something to do until he get the person that he really does want to be with. And you will feel like you got used when it's over, said and done with. But please understand that you were enough. He just wasn't enough for you. Because real men don't misuse women. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You don't get to do somebody dirty and then go off to live a happily ever life. And he will be back for another chance once he realizes that what he did didn't break you. And by then, you better be doing 10 times better than you was when you was with him. And strong enough to never deal with him again.
This is gonna hurt, but I'm gonna give you 3 signs to know that you are a placeholder. Number 1, y'all been talking for months and even dating, and he will not post you, but he's very active on his social media. See, I understand the mindset of people love to ruin good things, but notice he's gonna post his car, He's going to post his money. He's going to post the things that make him proud. So why won't he post you? Number 2, y'all have been together for years and years, 3, 4, 5 years, and they still won't marry you. I'm talking about you done pushed out his babies. Y'all living together, playing house. He still won't marry you. See, this one has to hurt the most because you've invested so much and you're waiting on that moment. He's not going to ask you to marry him because you're not who he wants to be with. In his mind, he wants something better. Because see, the way social media works, he's looking at all these other girls who's prioritizing beauty and fitness. And you over here losing yourself to build this man up. And even though you would think, well, he see that I'm loyal and that I love him and I'm all these things. But at the end of the day, he's online looking at women. He's comparing her to you. And if he really got his dream girl, he wouldn't risk the thought of somebody else taking her. He would marry her and meet her demands. See, the reason why he's so comfortable with dragging you along all these years, because he believes that he's the prize in a relationship. You not the prize. And that he's the best thing that ever happened to you. That's what he think. Because he doesn't respect you, he's not afraid to lose you. He's not. So, as women, we must prioritize fitness and beauty, self-care.
When you stop entertaining the men and relationships that you know you don't deserve and that you know are not worth your time and your attention, you begin to attract a new level of men in abundance. So I am in a new relationship, and as I look around my apartment, I've only been dating him since August, and I'm looking around my place and there's so many little things that he's left behind as evidence of his love. This necklace is included. Flowers are in my living room. I got bath bombs and perfume, and I just have all these beautiful experiences already within a 4 to 5 month time frame of a man who I've been dating who aligns exactly with what I asked God for. But first, before I met him, I feel like I was being tested, and I got opportunities to date other people, but they were not in alignment, right? So I just was telling myself that if it's not for me, if it's not what I prayed for exactly, then I'm not going to entertain it. Of course I was lonely. Of course I was having those emotional experiences where I wanted to be held, where I wanted somebody to talk to, the companionship, the sexual pleasure. But when it was all said and done, it just wasn't worth the possibility of being played with again. It wasn't worth the possibility of settling for less again. So the day before I met my now man, who's actually my man, and doing everything that I ever prayed to God for him to do, I had an opportunity to date a guy totally out of alignment. Also had an opportunity to go back to the situationship that God already delivered me from. But I feel like I was being tested by God to show God if I was really serious about wanting to meet my person. But I say all this to say that when you stop entertaining people, when you stop entertaining situations and scenarios that you know are not a blessing from God, but nothing but a distraction from the enemy, you will be able to make room for people who can love you properly. You will make room for the man who has the ability to provide, the man who has the ability to pray for you, the man who has the ability to honor your commitments and honor what you got going on in your relationship with God, the man who can love you privately and publicly, the man who can pour into you, the man who can love you, flaws and all, the man who can have healthy conversations, hard conversations, the man that can see you in your natural state, whether you 150 pounds or 300 pounds, that man is who you're calling on God to send you. So you have to get rid of the man that's in his position right now that is serving as nothing but a distraction from the person you've actually been praying for.
And I ought to know where I fit in your life. I'm not competing with your mama, your sister, your daughters, your dog. My space, hear this. My space in your life ought to be solidified. I don't care if Beyonce walk in the room. I ought to be the baddest thing to you. Listen.
Hey y'all, so a lot of times when we think about people being a placeholder, we automatically go to the mind frame of a man putting a woman in that position. But truthfully, women make men placeholders as well. I personally have done it, and I got a story. So honestly, I have made guys placeholders, but this one in particular, this is somebody that I actually really did like, and we did date for a little while. And things used to go very well for us, but we had got to the point where he was wandering off, talking to different females, and still expected me to stick around and be his quote unquote main girl while he was out doing whatever he wanted to do. And y'all, this guy was a little bit older than me, so he really thought that he was grooming me and training me. But he thought wrong. He thought wrong, thought I was going to be his placeholder. Didn't work that way. No, sir. Not me. So what had happened, y'all, was I flipped the script on homie. Because you ain't finna be playing in my face. And yeah, I'm younger than you, but baby, you don't know who my father is. You hear me? Rest in peace to that man. But you don't know who my father is. Baby, he gave me the game. And so game on. And that's what we did. We played the game. You thought you was gonna make me a placeholder? Turned that thing around, made him a placeholder. And he was so mad. He was so mad when he found out that I moved on and started moving like him and tried to make him the main while I had guys that I was talking to on the side. He didn't understand that this pimping was in my blood. You understand? All in the bloodline. No, but seriously though, let me get serious, y'all. At the end of the day, it is not okay for a man or a woman to try to make someone a placeholder because feelings are involved and this is people's time. We don't need to be out here wasting nobody's time. If a person that you're entertaining is someone that you really don't want to be serious with or develop anything long term with, we should let it be known up front. That way we give a person options. Either you want to continue to deal with me or you don't. And there's no manipulation involved. There's nobody leading anybody on. It is strictly up to the individual to decide if they still want to mess around with you. Be careful out here because some people are slicker than slick. And baby, they will trick you into believing one thing when it's really another because they're masked up. They're wearing a mask. So I pray that you will have discernment and that you will take the time out to see people for who and what they really are. So ladies and gentlemen, after you have reviewed this video, I hope you were encouraged and I hope you were motivated to stay placeholder free and not to be a person putting people in a placeholder position. I pray for those that have been struggling with being in this position. May you be healed. May God take the time out to show you who you really are. And may you work on your self-esteem and take time out to build your spirit man and to transform into a whole new individual who the person that you have been dealing with will not even recognize because you have advanced and you have taken the time out to do the work necessary to become a whole new person. May you raise your standards and never, ever look back and see yourself in that position ever again. And I pray for those that like to make people placeholders. May you grow up and may you stop playing games. In Jesus' name.